Welcome back, V.O.C. college football edition of the show. New week, what is this, week 4? Week 5 for some teams, week 4 officially. This is probably the biggest and probably best full weekend of games we're going to get all year. It is what we want, it's what we need, ranked versus ranked versus ranked versus ranked. There's so many games. So that's what I'm primarily going to go through this week. I'm going to talk about what I think is the biggest game, and then I'm going to go through my picks for this week. Keep it simple just because there's so much content. Next week will be the week to really dive into and start really talking about the teams. So let's jump into it.
Third down for
When I look at the biggest game this week, I think it's pretty simple. The biggest game is Ohio State at Notre Dame. Number 6 versus number 9. Both teams undefeated, 4-0. Ohio State is a 3-point favorite. Game is at 7:30. The buzz around this game has been crazy. As someone that works in South Bend, lives in the area, the buzz is unmatched. I can't remember a game this highly hyped in a very long time because of what Notre Dame has now with stuff's dropping, with Sam Hartman, with the way the team is played, the Marcus Freeman effect. It is crazy. It is fun. It's going to be very interesting tomorrow when we look at the game and we watch the game and we see how it goes, because Ohio State is kind of sleeping. I'd say a lot of people are sleeping on them, and well, they haven't played like Ohio State like we're used to and all that, and it'll be very interesting because I think that's going to play a factor in the way Ohio State comes out and plays. So I think it's going to be a very good game. I quickly want to go through, when you look at the teams, both of them, and position-wise, I want to look at kind of everything. So when you look at quarterback, Notre Dame has the advantage at quarterback. Running backs, I would say Notre Dame has the advantage right now of running backs, just because with Henderson and Ohio State and Williams, we've waited for Henderson to pop off for the last 3 years. Hasn't happened yet. So I'd give the advantage to Notre Dame. Wide receivers, it has to be Ohio State. Marvin Harrison, just that right there says it all. Very good. Give that to Ohio State. Tight ends, I'd give to Notre Dame just based off depth. Offensive line, I'd give to Notre Dame. So that's offensively, Notre Dame kind of powers Ohio State there. Defensively, I think Ohio State has the better defensive line. I don't even think that's a question. I think that is going to play a key factor in this game. Linebackers, I would look at Notre Dame just because of what they have. 3 senior linebackers, that's big. Corners, Notre Dame has very good corners in Ben Morrison and Cam Hart, but I think Ohio State does too. I think they're very balanced at corner, and then at safety, I would give a little edge to Ohio State. I'm not fully sold on Notre Dame safeties as I've watched them kind of play this year. Notre Dame has a real chance. Sam Hartman gives them a real chance. He's a true quarterback. He is what us Notre Dame fans have been looking for a long time, since Brady Quinn stepped on campus. Come in big games, you have a quarterback. He's making his 50th start, which is crazy. He is the man with the plan. But as I look at this, take the fan perspective out of it. I talked about the defensive line. I think that'll play a big role. Notre Dame's defensive line last week wasn't very good. I think they have some holes there. I think Ohio State can expose that. Safeties have to play perfect. I think Ohio State can expose that. As much as I'd love to see Notre Dame win this game, I put on my expert hat and take off the fan one, and I think Ohio State will win this game. I think it's going to be very close, but I think Ohio State's going to expose those critical errors of Notre Dame. I'm not saying Notre Dame is a good team, but in the key departments of how this game is going to go, I think Ohio State has a slight edge. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Ohio State pulls away, similar to how they did last year, I feel like. It's tough. It's painful for me to say, but going with Ohio State. All right, now I look at the other games. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. I think 6 of them are ranked versus ranked. There's 7 ranked games this week. All right, number 4, Florida State, 3-0, -2 at Clemson, who's 2-1. Clemson, of course, lost to Duke. Florida State barely beat Boston College. I think this is a very interesting game. This is one of those where we expected this to be a top 10 matchup when the season started. I think Florida State's good. I don't know if I'm fully sold. This is a weird one for me. I don't know what it is, but I like Clemson in this one. Doesn't make me feel the greatest, but I have Clemson in this one. Number 16, Oklahoma 3-0, 14-point favorite at Cincinnati. It's a Big 12 game now. Cincinnati is a program. Lose your coach, lose your quarterback. It's like you were in the playoff and now you're not. I think it'll be very interesting to watch this game, but I think Oklahoma wins. Oklahoma's a very good football team. I think Oklahoma wins, and I think they cover. Number 19, Colorado 3-0 at number 10, Oregon, who's 3-0. Oregon is a 21-point favorite. Coach Prime, baby. This is one of those games. Colorado was supposed to win big last week. Game day was there. Everybody was there. 60 Minutes was there. They barely beat Colorado State. They come back. They win it. They lose Travis Hunter. They're going to Oregon now. I don't think Oregon's a very good football team. I like Colorado outright in this game. I think they'll cover. So then, therefore, I'm going to go with them to win it. I think that Colorado has one more week of this Cinderella crazy magic, and then they play USC. I think last week was looking ahead a little bit. I don't think Oregon's that good. And I like Shedeur Sanders more than I like Bo Nix when it comes down to it. So that's why I'm going to go with Colorado. All right, number 2, UCLA, 3-0. Thought I'd sneeze. Nope, good. Okay, we're moving. Number 22, UCLA, 3-0 at number 11, Utah, 3-0. Utah's a 6-point favorite. I don't know if Cam Rising's back yet. Very interesting in this game. I think UCLA is a couple years out. Dante Moore, freshman quarterback, very, very good. I think UCLA is an 8-win team this year. They're not to Utah's level just yet, but I think UCLA is going to be very good in a year or two. But just for right now, I'm going to go with Utah. Number 15, Ole Miss, 3-0 at number 13, Alabama. Alabama's 2-1. They lose to Texas. They're 6.5-point favorite in this game. Lane Kiffin, Nick Saban. Lane Kiffin, Nick Saban. Offense versus 12 quarterbacks, it feels like, for Alabama. They barely beat UCF last week. They played Tyler Buckner. Didn't work out very well. They played the freshman Simpson kid. Didn't work out very well. So where did they go? They go back to Jalen Milroe, who they should have just started and kept with anyways. This game is very interesting because Ole Miss can score the football. Sark's, just like the way Sark kind of exposed some things, I think Lane can kind of get those matchups. It's tough for me to say Lane's going to go into Tuscaloosa and beat Nick Saban. I think Jalen Milroe shows some stuff this week, gets Alabama the win, and gets just enough offense to beat Ole Miss. All right, number 14, Oregon State, 3-0, minus 3-point favorite at number 21, Washington State, 3-0 as well. This is a sneaky game. This is one of those games that's going to get weird, and it's going to get weird quick, often, every down, every play. It's going to be weird. Everything about this broadcast is going to be weird. From the game, from the way they talk about it, from the commercials, it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. These are the two teams that are being left out of the Pac-12, the ACC expansion. It's like they're the only two teams standing. They play each other. I think Oregon State's a good football team. Washington State's a good football team. I think this is a weird one where I think Washington State wins it. There's something in my gut that's like, this is going to get real weird. And the weirdest team out there is going to be Washington State. All right, last game. Number 24, Iowa, 3-0 at number 7, Penn State, 3-0 as well. Penn State's a 14.5-point favorite. Iowa had some offense last week. Got their offensive coordinator to a chance of making some more money in the offseason. I think this is going to be a gritty game. I think it's going to be a close game till about mid-third quarter. I think Penn State's going to pull away. I really like Penn State. Drew Aller, very good quarterback. I like Penn State to win this one, but I don't think they're going to cover. So, look, that's going to do it. This is like the biggest week in college football I can remember in a long time. Great games. It's just exploding with great games. There's just craziness going on. A couple of these games are going to get weird. A couple of them are going to be not even what we think is going to happen. But the biggest game overall is Notre Dame, Ohio State. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The atmosphere's been fun around this game, and the game hasn't even happened yet. We're still 24 hours away from kickoff. But I do think Ohio State irks it out late, and I think they won it. Thanks for watching.